Capricornus, how you doing? Welcome to your Astroflower reading going from the 18th of September through to the 24th of September. And we have the equinox coming up, and you will have the equinox reading coming out on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. So this could be a pivotal point, certainly for you Capricorns. Let's just see what's going on here. Your overall mission, your overall energy is really calling you on a mission here. I think you know that is within you. I think you've been a little bit hesitant about going on that mission as well, simply because of what's been going on with Pluto and everything like that in your life over the last 15 years. You're a bit wary about just heading off into a direction, and I think the universe, or the energy here, the overall energy, is really encouraging you to engage in that mission of where you should be going, that direction that you should be going, this mission in your life. I think more than anything else, I think you're stepping into what you should really be doing and how you should generally be. Let's just see what the overall energy is. Yeah, this is it. This is the mission in your life. This is an ultimate calling. It's an ultimate calling in your relationship side as well. It's your righteous path. It's the universe that's calling you. It's the big kahuna that's calling you, that's sort of saying, this is it. This is what you should be following, and you should be following it within you. This is your karmic mission, is to follow that pathway. You know it's within you, Capricorn, and you should follow what's within you. If it feels right for you, follow it, basically. How's the universe trying to influence you? King of Cups. They're trying to give you a situation within your relationships that you feel ultimately at peace and at one with who you are, what you're doing, where you're going, the people that are around you, life in general. It feels like it's moved. You know, the universe is trying to encourage plain sailing in your life. And I think if you choose this mission, if you choose this righteous path, then you will get that sort of like plain sailing, that ultimate, yes, life is just great. Why is it great? Because it is. Everything seems to be fitting into place. And it's you who are choosing this pathway. And you get the Queen of Wands. Okay, so this could be someone who in the past in your life has sort of like provoked very passionate sensations within you. I think that's where you're coming from. It's an engagement with various relationships around you, and it's not necessarily just one-to-one relationships. This could be family and friends and stuff like that. You've been very passionate about it, and I think it's now you've made this decision to actually follow that pathway and that return, that call to mission, and following that righteous path. I think is now sort of saying to you, I'm not going to flit and flirt between one thing or another and get passionate about one thing and then get passionate about another, then it's actually being a lot more consistent and a lot more stable in your life. I think this is what is your call to mission, basically. Blimey, look at that. King of Swords wants to come out, the Ace of Swords wants to come out, the Ten of Cups wants to come out, and the Ten of Pentacles want to come out. Look at that. That's basically the synopsis of where you should be going, basically. That's really good. Let me just put them all back in there because it all sort of like jumped out in the various different ways there. But yeah, that looks really good for you. If you follow your pathway and don't, I think this is like, I got a funny feeling this is like someone in your past who is very, very passionate, but it's passion that's built upon instantaneous passion, and it's not consistent. That's what it is, and it's spurt sort of passion. And I don't think I think you're now being called to something that's a lot more stable, a lot more consistent, that is within you. And that gives you that sort of like that sensation of owning everything and being at one with everything. And I think that's in your past now. I think you're. It's not that you're tired of that. It's just that you know it's not going anywhere, as it were. You know, your future self, marriage. The other thing that could be going on here with these two cards here is, divine counterpart. And it could be someone who's very magical in a way. And your future here is, I think this is what you want to be, and this is what you're being called to. You're being called to being in a stable, long-term relationship here, I think here. I'm feeling engaging with your path, basically. Engaging on where you should be going and what you should be doing. It's really quite beautiful. It's quite beautiful, actually, what's going on here for you, Capricorn. And a lot of it's coming in from around you. And that's the ultimate goal for it. The Two of Cups is total alignment with yourself, total alignment with someone else. I think if you've decided this, to follow that mission and follow that righteous path on your relationship side here, you are heading towards ultimate connection with someone. Ultimate connection with someone. And I think you've been very passionate about this, about how you want it. And the universe is now sort of like got it inside, the universe has understood and sort of answering back and saying, we're going to bring you what you want. It's going to be great. On your relationship side, it's going to be absolutely brilliant. Let's just see what's going on your financial side. Okay, so your karmic mission is to walk away from something. I think when you've been trying a lot of different things here, and now you're being called on your mission in life. I think you've realised now you've got to walk away from some things that you might have been trying in your life and head off into something new, learning something new. It could be learning a new, going on a workshop, going on doing things that actually provide you with extra bows to your strings to your arrow, strings to your bow. Sorry, creating a lot more wealth within you because of what you're, through understanding and knowledge and learning, basically, and being curious as well. And I think this is where you can be curious about where you financially or where you want to be, or what you want to be doing in the way of sort of like your business, and heading towards that. And you've got to start heading towards that. The universe here is protecting you, I think. Protecting you on your pathway. I think they realise that you've got to go down this path. And I'm not sure the outside world is almost ready for what you're going to be doing in a way. But that doesn't matter. You've still got to go ahead and do it, because they will be, the outside world will come into alignment with what you're doing. And I think this is where the universe is just sort of saying, your path, head down it, head towards it, head to what you should be doing, head to where you should be financially being, or the projects, or streamlining the projects of what you should be doing. You might be doing, say, like 4 or 5 different things, and you might want to turn around and sort of say, well, I need to walk away from one thing in order for the others to get ultimate success. A long-term plan, that's what you've been working on. And this is where your call to mission is, and realizing that long-term plan. That's where you've been coming from a long time. You've been working on something for a long time within you. And now it's a case of walking towards what is ultimately best for you, what you should be doing in your pathway. Page of Cups, opening that pathway. That's what a page does. So you've got 2 knights on here. I'm just seeing if there was another knight on there. You've got 2 knights on here. And a page is about, it's learning how to open that path. Learning about believing in yourself, I think, here. Believing in the fact that you can make it. I know you're very good at that. I know you can build a lot of confidence within yourself, because you'll do things that you know that you can do. But here, I think, is where it's asking you to walk into an area of your life that is a little bit out of your comfort zone. And in order to really follow that mission, you've got to almost believe in the unbelievable. This is where I said the world is not quite ready for you. But still believe you know you should be doing it. And following it through. Engaging in the wonderment of life. The new project or the longer term plan, I think it's possibly that's coming all through to fruition. Now you get the Page of Wands. So we got the Queen of Wands down there, and we got the King of Cups there. Now you got the Page of Cups up here, and now you got the Page of Wands up here. And this comes through that whole sort of karmic path. Obviously, I think if you stabilize and follow what you believe inside you in regards to your relationships, I think it's going to change the way in which you engage in the world, within your financial world, within your business and your projects, in a way that you're going to have to open new pathways. And this is why you're walking away from something. You're opening the new pathways with these two pages here. Something that's starting, that I think that you've been thinking about for a long time. And now you're engaging with it. And in the future, it's going to open up very, good, passionate paths for you as you go forward. A real transition within your workspace at the moment. I would say a development more than anything else, possibly. And the possibility of opening up new pathways for you. I hope you get the best out of these readings. Thank you very much for all the support you give this channel. I'm going to do a bit of clarification on the Light Seers card. Let's just see what's going on with that Knight of Swords. I think this Knight of Swords is this passion the energy is bringing you towards is something that's been within you for a long time, and it's almost as if like you've done it once, and next time you're going to do it, you're going to get perfection out of it. And it's, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater here. And it's the past of knowing how good that pathway is. Knowing, so if I'm, let's say if I do a bit of skiing, and I know the run that I've just done a piece on the mountain, and there's some aspects of that piece that I kind of went, yeah, that was brilliant. Some other aspects were kind of, it's a little bit icy over there. And knowing the spaces where it's good fun, and so as you go and do that piece again and repeat that sort of descent of that mountains and the skis, you will then be able to go to the areas where on the piece where you get the best fun out of life, and avoid the things that are not bringing you the best things. So that's, on your mission there, that's where you're going from. I think this judgment within you is allowing you to let go of the past. Let go of things that have been holding you back. If you head towards this mission, then and head towards your righteous path of where you're going, I think you're going to let go of a lot of things that have been holding you back, basically, in the world that is around you. And it is a new cycle. With the King of Cups, you get the World card. The universe is pushing you into this new cycle. I wouldn't be surprised if the Tower doesn't come out here somewhere, because it seems like the universe is almost sort of like creating things, situations, which will allow you to let go of what you're carrying, which is a lot of stress, and allow you to be absolutely at one with your relationships that are around you. It could be someone that you're meeting for the first time, someone a new love that comes into your life. That's very possible for some of you. It may be a case that you're with someone and all of a sudden you find that cruise, you find the sixth gear where you can be, there you go, now we can just sit there and cruise, sort of scenario within your life. There seems to be something that you're letting go of because you're following your path towards, a new cycle where you feel at one with yourself. With the Queen of Wands, you get the Five of Wands. This is a learning curve as well, and I think you've been on this learning curve about you, about your relationships, about how you engage with people that are around you, and now you've learned to be the best example of yourself, basically. And through those passions of what you've been living over the past sort of year, 2, maybe 3 years, or the past sort of like whatever time it is for you, with that sort of energy that's been coming through in sort of like explosive energy rather than constant energy, you've learned to be, be the best example of yourself. With the Four of Wands, you get the King of Cups. This is where it comes into life. This is where you're stepping into a new paradigm of feeling at one with yourself in regards to your relationships that are around you. Feeling at harmony with the relationships that are around you. Feeling at ease with everything that is around you. It's ultimate goal. I think you're coming out of a lot of chaos in your life. And now you're heading towards something that's a lot more calm. A little bit like that river that's just behind me, you know what I mean? It's as calm as anything. Yeah, it's flowing, it's still moving forward, but it's as calm as anything. The Two of Cups, that could well be that tower I was talking about. This Two of Cups comes from, if you look at this person here, you got those Two of Cups there that are still available, and those Three of Cups that are spent. And if she just looks behind her, then all of a sudden she's going to realise she's got that pathway there that leads her to a whole new sort of landscape. And I think you've got to follow what it's sort of saying here. If you want to avoid, this is about going down that ski run again, that piste, skiing down that piste there, knowing the things that make you go, yeah, that's what it's all about. That Two of Cups, knowing the things that keep you in line will stop you from being disappointed within your relationships, basically. Heading off, and I think this is where maybe that's what you've got to let go of as well. You let go of the disappointment in your life and you head towards the joy, basically. On your financial side, the Eight of Cups. Yeah, I think you've got to walk away from something that is holding you back in order for you to be an absolute leader in your pathway, basically. Because you've got the Page of Wands up there as well, up the top there, and with these two Knights as well. I think it's walking, this is where you're walking towards your power. There is something to be said that you've got to walk away from something that maybe that you felt comfortable about. That's, a position which is far too comfortable. And because it's far too comfortable, you're not pushing you haven't been pushing the boundaries. That's a possibility for some of you. So you've got to walk away from that sort of like comfort zone and go into the exploration of learning throughout of all of this. With the Seven of Wands, you get the Two of Wands. As you follow down your path and you respond to this calling, this mission within your life, and you head down that path, defending your path is by planning and doing your path. And I think this is where you've got to do it. And there is a lot of travel involved in this as well. And this is where I think if you follow your pathway as you go forwards, it's gonna take you into new pastures in life. It's gonna take you into places where you're gonna have to learn a lot, basically. Let's just see what's going on with the Knight of Pentacles. You get the Seven of Cups. It's following that evident path. I'm more inclined to sort of say here, I'm really more inclined to say on your karmic path is to walking away from insecurity and walking towards security. That's what you're doing here. And as you keep on that path, that planning aspect of it all, of that Two of Wands, is going to make it very obvious about where you should be going. And this evident path, because there's only one cup here giving you water. That's what the evident path is. And it's come from something that you've been working on for a long time. And I think it's evident that you should get success out of it, basically. And it's going to help you maybe it's the case here that when you're walking away from just trying very hard to walking towards success where you don't have to try hard, and that's going to put you out of your comfort zone, because you love struggling, Capricorns. You know, there is no doubt about it. You do love struggling. And yeah, you got the Page of Cups, so it's believing in your future. It's believing in the impossibility of, as I said, I think the world is not ready for you, but it seems like you're going to be, there's something that you're doing that's going to bring yourself to the notice of the world around you very quickly. And it's going to be kind of like a breath of fresh air in a way for the world that is around you. And I think people have been thinking about what you're going to be doing, not thinking about you, but, you know, when you do it, everyone will kind of go, yeah, you know, I thought that was a good idea. Good to see someone doing it. And so whatever it is within your career path, I think this is where you've got to believe in the impossible here, in a way, or, you know, just don't hold back on your dreams. And then you get the Seven of Pentacles. I just wanted to see there, we've got nothing but, on this side here, we've got 3 sevens now. Revelation, revelation, revelation. With this page of wands, in your future, the overall outcome is that you realise your passionate path of where you should be going. And with that passionate path, that's when you start nurturing it. And you're nurturing this mission that you should be going down. And it's a realisation that is within you. And it's going to be very interesting. I'm going to be interested to see what happens on your equinox reading as well. Because that's coming out this week. And that's going to be a 3-month reading there. So it'd be very interesting to sort of see how that sort of pans out. Because you're right on the cusp of something here. And you've been on this cusp for so long. And I think this permanently, it's like riding a wave. So you're in front of the wave. So the wave in front of you is not broken. But the wave behind you is broken. And you're on that sort of thing between 2 sections for a long time. And I think that's got a lot to do with Pluto. And how Pluto's been instigating a lot of things in your life. Of starting things and then they fall on the floor. Starting things and they fall on the floor. And I think you've got so used to that rhythm there that it's difficult for you to believe that success can be there for you. You know, it's there. It's just there. But you can't go faster than the wave that's carrying you. And this is where possibly where you're being called onto a new mission, which is nurturing a pathway, which is a much bigger wave for you, basically. So, yeah. There you go, Capricorn. On the relationship side, absolutely blinding here. I think head off, trust in yourself, follow your righteous path of what you know you should be doing in regards to your relationships, getting in tune with yourself, finally burying any disappointment that you might have been carrying from the past. And I think that's coming out within your relationship side. On your financial side, or your business and your job and your projects, you're on the cusp of this. And I think you've got to believe in yourself. And I think once you start believing in yourself, and this is where the mission comes into play, all of a sudden you're going to really step from one place into another and into your power. And it's going to be very empowering the next sort of 2-3 weeks as you engage in that. And as I said, it'd be really interesting to see what happens on your equinox readings coming out this week. There you go, Capricorn. Thank you very much for being here. Really do appreciate your support for this channel. And in whichever way you so desire, I'm losing the capacity to speak. Yeah, so it's any way you sort of show your support for this channel will be absolutely brilliant. Don't forget, we've also got Cymatic TV with the energy updates on over there, and there's going to be a lot more videos coming out. It's our channel that's all about energy, basically. I will see you over there for that. Thank you for everything that you've supported on this channel. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.